The phrase silent SBI leak doesn't sound like motherhood language. It sounds like banking infrastructure. Systems breaking invisibly. That's what's happening. Economic leakage disguised as emotional choice. You're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're doing economically invisible work that produces no stored value. The SBI framework, systems breaking invisibly. It describes the moment when domestic routines stop building capital and start burning it. Most mothers can't identify when this shift occurs. They only feel the result, fatigue with no financial accumulation. This isn't about burnout. It's about energy converted into tasks that don't compound. Emotional capital is real. It's the relational trust that allows you to influence outcomes without constant negotiation. When you build it with your children, when you maintain it with your partner, when you extend it to your network, that capital can be stored. Or it can leak out through invisible structural breaks. The silent SBI leak occurs when you direct emotional labor into systems that cannot hold value. Tasks that reset daily. Decisions that require full re-engagement every time. These are not bad tasks. They're structurally unproductive tasks. You're not failing at motherhood. You're operating inside a domestic economy with no retention infrastructure. Here's the pattern. You wake up and begin input, meals, laundry, scheduling, emotional regulation for the household. Each task requires focus, presence, micro decisions that feel small but accumulate cognitive load. By midday, you've already spent energy equivalent to a full work shift. But nothing has been stored, the emotional capital you generated, the relational stability you maintained, the household system you sustained. None of it compounds into tomorrow. This is the SBI leak. Systems that require daily re-inputs without creating transferable value. Most mothers interpret this as personal inefficiency. They assume they need better routines, more discipline, clearer boundaries. But the problem isn't execution, it's architecture. You're running a high-effort, low-retention system. And no amount of optimization is the underlying economic structure. The reason this feels invisible, because the tasks themselves are socially validated. Caregiving is praised, presence is honored. But praise doesn't build capital, recognition doesn't create income. Validation doesn't compound into financial autonomy. The silent leak continues because the system looks functional. Your household operates, your children are cared for, your relationships are maintained, but your economic position, your stored value, your future leverage, these remain static or decline. Here's where mothers misread the situation. They assume the solution is more effort. They add routines. They refine schedules. They pursue self-care as a buffer. None of this addresses the leak. You're still pouring energy into systems that reset. The recalibration begins when you stop treating emotional labor as an infinite renewable resource and start treating it as capital that must be stored. This doesn't mean withdrawing from caregiving. It means structuring caregiving so that the value you create today can be accessed tomorrow. One pathway is documentation. When you solve a household problem, record the process, turn it into a reusable template. Not for efficiency, for transferability. So the solution exists outside your daily re-engagement. Another pathway is client relationship infrastructure. When someone asks how you manage meal planning with young children, that's a signal. You're being identified as someone who solved a problem they're still facing. That's not casual conversation. That's pre-trust. If you create a one-page meal rotation guide and share it, you've converted invisible labor into visible value. If 10 mothers use it, you've created social proof. If 50 use it, you've created economic positioning. This is how the SBI leak gets contained. By converting high-effort routines into low-maintenance systems that carry your authority forward. Most mothers hesitate here. They assume this requires a brand, a platform, a polished digital presence. It doesn't. It requires one solved problem and one documented process. The leak continues because mothers wait for permission to treat their domestic knowledge as economically relevant. They assume it's only valuable if it scales immediately. But stored value doesn't require scale. It requires retention. When you create a guide, a checklist, a script for a recurring situation, you've stopped the reset loop. The next time that situation occurs, you don't start from zero. You access stored knowledge. This is the foundation of home-based income, not because you're selling products, but because you're no longer recreating value daily. The SBI leak also shows up in relational dynamics. When you're the only person who knows how the household functions, you become the single point of failure. Every decision routes through you. Every deviation requires your input. This creates dependency, not authority. Dependency drains capital. Authority stores it. If your partner can't navigate the morning routine without asking 3 questions, that's a structural leak. If your child can't resolve minor conflicts without your mediation every time, that's a retention failure. The system isn't self-sustaining. It's you-sustaining. And when you're the system, you can't store value outside yourself. Recalibration means transferring knowledge into repeatable structures, so the system runs with less real-time input from you. This isn't about absence. It's about reducing the cognitive load required to maintain baseline function. One mother I observed created a decision matrix for weeknight meals, 6 variables, 12 possible outcomes. Her partner could now select meals without consultation. Her children could identify available ingredients and cross-reference options. The system held the knowledge. She was no longer the knowledge. That's a sealed leak. Energy that used to go into meal negotiation every evening, now redirected into other forms of capital building. Another common SBI leak. Emotional regulation as a service you provide rather than a skill you transfer. When your child experiences frustration and you become the immediate resolver, that's real-time input. When your child experiences frustration and you guide them through a 3-step self-regulation script, that's transferable structure. The first approach requires you every time. The second approach builds their capacity and reduces future dependency. Over 6 months, the second approach produces a child with higher emotional autonomy and a mother with more retained capital. This is the economic difference between service provision and infrastructure building. One resets, the other compounds. The SBI leak doesn't announce itself. It accumulates quietly. You notice it only when you realize you're doing the same tasks at the same intensity, but your position hasn't improved. That's the signal: high effort, low retention, invisible structural breakage. Here's the recalibration framework. Audit 1 recurring task per week. Ask, does this reset daily or does it build forward? If it resets, can you document it, template it? Transfer the knowledge into a structure that reduces future input. If it builds forward, can you make that progress visible? Can you reference it? Can you turn it into client-facing value? Most mothers discover that 70% of their daily tasks reset, and only 30% build forward. That ratio is the SBI leak in quantified form. 70% energy expenditure with no stored outcome. The goal isn't to eliminate reset tasks. Some tasks must reset. Meals end, laundry cycles, sleep rhythms repeat. The goal is to reduce the cognitive and emotional cost of each reset, so that more energy becomes available for retention-based work. This is the economic distinction most mothers miss. They assume effort equals value. It doesn't. Effort without retention equals exhaustion. Effort with retention equals capital. The silent SBI leak will continue until you treat your domestic knowledge as infrastructure, not as instinct. Instinct resets, infrastructure stores. That's the only economic difference that matters. When you stop the leak, you don't suddenly have more time. You have more retained value, and retained value is what converts into income, authority, future leverage. That's the recalibration, not working harder. Stopping the invisible breakage in the system already operating. Disclaimer: This content is for informational and reflective purposes only. It is not financial, legal, or professional advice. Any business or income decisions should be made with appropriate research and professional guidance.